All right, Build a Big Podcast. David Hooper here. Let's talk about coronavirus. You're probably spending a lot of time in isolation now. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you need something to do. And if that's the case, let's look at the positive of that. One, you can get something done on your podcast. You can get something done when it comes to spreading your message. But two, other people are in that same situation with you. They need something to consume. Your message, perhaps. Here's some of the benefits of what is happening now, not just in your country, not just in my country, but all around the world. One, increased screen time. Because we're isolated and we've lost the skill of being with ourselves and reading books and playing board games and being bored, we're spending a lot more time in front of our computers, televisions, and mobile phones. Your podcast is distributed through those things. So that is a good opportunity for you to get on that screen that people are watching and have them consume your stuff. The second is that we are bored. We're spending so much time by ourselves, and even if we're on a screen and like that type of entertainment, we're burning through it like crazy right now. How many people have you seen online when Netflix comes out with a show, finish it in one day? Well, then what? Well, then your podcast. People are bored. They need something new. They need something different. And there's a great opportunity that you have to reach those people via your podcast. It is also easier than ever to reach people because people are trying new things. People are finding out, oh, podcast. There's this thing called podcast. People are talking about podcasting now because of this. And you, as a podcaster, are able to reach more people because of that. We've increased social communication right now. People are reaching out to people they haven't talked to for years. I don't know if it's because we're bored. I don't know if it's because we're starting to appreciate humans a little bit more. Maybe we think we're all going to die. But we are reaching out to people, taking calls we wouldn't normally take, and we got to talk about something. Might as well talk about your podcast. That's a great opportunity because for the most part, we hang out with people that are just like us. They like the same things that we do. They feel the same way about things that we do. So if you've got a political podcast, for example, that guy who's listening to you, he's having more of these connections with people. Probably they are people that feel the same way that he does politically. And if he likes your political podcast, those people he's talking to are going to like your political podcast. Don't be afraid to ask for this. Hey, when you're reaching out to people during this whole coronavirus thing, you're having increased social connection, not in person, but online, via phone, via Zoom. Throw me a bone and mention this podcast to them. We are trying to build this community, keep patriots like you from being isolated. Get patriots like you the correct information. Sell it, man. And you can take a message like that and change it to whatever your market is. You got a weight loss podcast. You know, it can be really difficult to eat healthy during times when you're bored, you're spending a lot of time in front of the screen. Maybe you can't get the food that you're normally used to getting. Let's all support each other. I'm trying to build a community of healthy people via this podcast. When you're talking to friends and you're reaching out to them, if you've got somebody who's doing what you are doing and trying to lose weight, trying to live a healthy lifestyle, let them know about this podcast. You see how that works? It can be modified for any type of podcast. Tell people that you've got great content for them. Tell people you're building a community and encourage them to share it with other people in their communities because their communities are probably very similar to the one that you are trying to reach. Life is going to get back to normal. There's going to be a switch that is flipped when we get through this. And one day we will wake up and it will be over. And we'll say, wow, we can go to the store again. We can connect with other people in person again. I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know exactly what it is going to look like. But it is going to happen eventually. And for those of us that get through it, and I'm confident that if you're doing what the CDC says and keeping isolated and taking care of yourself, you will get through this. You will have the opportunity to come back in a big way and have a bigger, more successful podcast than you have had previously. So let's take this time to build on what we've got. Let's take this time to get clear on our message, to record things a little bit better, to outline things a little bit better, to really connect with people in a one-on-one way and get them incorporated into what we're doing as far as our message, as far as building our community, as far as growing a big podcast. You can do this. You are the front line for a lot of these people, and they are very appreciative of you now. People are isolated, bored, lonely, disconnected, and they want hope. You can give them that hope. I've written some more things about this. If you go to bigpodcast.com, hit blog, you will see this because I'm looking at this as an opportunity. We can get depressed about it. We can go, oh, poor me. I'm so isolated. When am I ever going to get to leave my house? I don't know. But it is going to happen eventually. So let's be ready for it. Let's be ready for these opportunities that are coming. Let's not die on this hill. I want you to reach out to me. Let me know how you're doing. You can do that via bigpodcast.com. There's a form there you can fill out to reach me directly if you want to do that. My Twitter information is on there. I want to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. And if I can help you in any way, let me know that too. By the way, I want to see those home studios. I want to see how you're recording your podcast right now. Get with me. Let me know about your work situation. I'm going to be featuring a lot of work from home podcasters on my blog. One of them could be you. So reach out to me, bigpodcast.com. Thank you for listening to Build a Big Podcast, and I will see you on the next episode.